Hey, what's going on, guys? This guy here, the CEO and developer of Roman Games. In this video I'm gonna take a quick, or actually not quick, really deep look into JavaScripting. It's a tutorial video or tutorial series that I'm starting from now on. I'm gonna be teaching you guys some basics of JavaScripting. And in this video we're gonna cover up variables, and then we're gonna cover up some, like, what is it called for? Categories? Kind of categories. I think you can call it for categories of JavaScripting for variables. And then we're gonna cover up functions, which is like the three most important things on JavaScript, like absolutely the ones, definitely the ones. So let's begin with variables. So there are different type of variables. I actually think there are like three. The first variable is a normal variable. The second one is a private variable. And the third one is public variable. Public variable is actually the same with normal variables, so we're gonna delete public variable. It's not really useful. So anyway, what variable is three letters, var, and it's just, you can imagine a variable to be a box that holds something else in the inspector menu of Unity. So basically, if you wanna, like, if you want to make a script so something like sound effect is gonna play when the user is, actually we can take this example. Why do we not do that? So we're gonna use a normal variable in this video because we want it to be able to show up on inspector menu of the Unity, because we're gonna specify our, like, the name and the type of the sound effect that is gonna play. So let's take a deeper look into it than what I thought, and go ahead and write a name for the variable. So what are you gonna do is you can basically literally type any kind of name you want. You can have a name like this, or just a proper name that I'm gonna use, such as my sound effect. Yeah, that's a pretty nice name. So then after that we're gonna add a colon just to specify that the name is ending there, and we're gonna type the category here. So the category is gonna be audio clip, because we are going to make a sound effect play, let's say when a key is pressed down. Let's do it. So variable, my sound effect was just the name of my variable. You can absolutely type whatever you want. Then colon and audio clip. There are actually some different kind of categories that we're gonna take a deeper look into in the future videos. I just wanna learn you guys this quickly. So we can also use private variable, but it's not really recommended from anyone, because it's not gonna show up on the inspector menu and you're gonna have some difficulties specifying what your sound effect is. Like, you're not gonna be able to show Unity that you really got this sound effect. So we're actually gonna delete private variable, but you can use a private variable when you're, actually I'm gonna teach you guys that in next video, because this is gonna make you confused. So don't use private variable, it's not really useful. So the next thing, actually, also as you can see here, we are using a semicolon, and semicolon are like the most fourth important thing on JavaScripting, especially because you are basically specifying with a semicolon that your, what to say, like, call kind of is ending there. Like if we write variables, my sound effect, then here a normal colon, just to specify that we're gonna use a category after that, or we're gonna write something after that, and then a semicolon directly after the category, just to specify that the variable is ending there. Because if we don't have a semicolon there and write another variable such as my sound, then audio clip, that was totally wrong, but it's gonna read like audio clip variable my sound. So it's gonna mix two variables into each other, but at the same time it will give you a really stupid error saying that you can't use a variable without a semicolon at the end. So you're gonna get a bunch of errors which you really don't wanna see. So next thing we wanna cover up is functions. So a function is basically something that is gonna happen in the game. You can literally type any kind of function just to, like, specify a function, or you can use something available from Unity officially. I'm gonna use update because we want the player to be able to press a key down and something is gonna happen. And function, you can actually use the word game for it. So if the game is updated, and update is the only function where a game gets updated like every single second, literally. So you can do whatever you want in this script, kind of. So then after that function, we're using a opening and closing parentheses just to specify that it's gonna be empty, like the update is empty, but then we're gonna write something in here instead of here. And here, this is not a parenthesis, this is a open bracket, and here's a closing bracket. So why do we write brackets is basically just to, you can actually name brackets for the word then. Like game updated, then something happens, then it ends. Like, it's really simple, but maybe you guys think it's kind of confusing right now, but I'll explain to you guys a little better maybe like in the future. So function update, the game is updated, and the bracket is meaning then, and then we're gonna write, or what were we gonna use? Oh, the key is gonna be pressed down. So if input dot get key down, key code dot which key, let's say E, then two parentheses and then another bracket. Oops, that's the wrong kind of symbol. There we go. So what we do here is basically we write if, because it's a statement and we are calling it. So game is updated, then if in parentheses, and why we use parentheses here is basically we want to specify that something is happening after if. Like if, then the parentheses is like something is happening, and that something that is happening is input dot get key down. And why we use get key or dot in middle of input and get key down is just to specify that input is something that is on your keyboard, and then get key down is a kind of a category, not really a category, but I really call it for category sometimes, and we just want to specify that. And then another parenthesis here just to specify that the key code is gonna be here, like the letter, or the letter, and which key code you basically type in, and then dot to specify that the key code is coming after this, and it's the button E. So then we are using a closing parenthesis, and when you actually like click on a bracket or a parenthesis, you're going to be able to see which one is flickering at the other side. For example, if I click on this bracket here, this one is going to get marked because it means that it's a closing to this one. Or if you click on this one, it's going to mark this one because it's a opening to this closing one. So it's really simple. And if input.getKey down E, then we are using two parentheses just to, this is the first end and this is the second end or closing. So if input.getKey down key code E, then we want the audio to play. So my sound effect, and this is the variable that you gave here, dot play. Oops, that was wrong. Play. He's bugging. We can actually do like this too. Audio dot play. Okay, that worked. So what we basically do here is the game is updated every second, right? And then if the input get key down key code E, which is like the player, if the player presses the key E, then audio is gonna play. So we can also make that if the player, like let's say button up, the sound will stop playing. So if input dot get key up key code dot E audio dot stop. So as you can see, we are using again semicolons at this both because we want to specify that let Unity know that this script is basically ending there, or this call is ending there, not script, I'm sorry. So like if you input the git key down key code E, then audio is gonna play and it's gonna end there. Like nothing more is gonna happen, it's just the audio that is gonna play. And then if input.git key down key code E, then audio is gonna stop. I mean git key up. Then audio is gonna stop and nothing is gonna happen again after that. So it's basically that. And you can recall this whenever you want. Like you can press the E button in game and then like get it up and press it again, get it up, press it again and get it up, because it's update, it's the function update. So basically the game is updated every second and it's gonna count every second that you do this. Like you will be able to do this whenever you want in the game. I know it's pretty much confusing, maybe it sounds really confusing for you guys who are new to this JavaScripting, but you'll really get used to this really easily. So anyway, this is basically the variable, function and category kind of tutorial that I was gonna make. Whew, I'm finally done with it. I actually got a little bit more stressed while making this video, more than what I get when, you know, making a let's play on youtube.com/avinart. I don't know why. It's pretty much the same thing. Like I record myself and I record my voice and, you know, just upload it to YouTube, but this makes me a little bit more stressed or panicked, maybe. Like maybe it's because, you know, I'm teaching you guys something and it's not really what I do usually, so I'm not used to do that. But anyway, enough shit talk, and I'm gonna end this video here. So if you guys got any feedback, let me know. It was my first tutorial video. I feel like it went better than what I expected. Hope to get a little bit good feedback from you guys, but I appreciate more if you say like, hey, you're good at this, but you can train a bit on this, like, you know, maybe talking, or, you know, just take it a little slower. I don't understand, like stuff like that, you know, just to improve myself. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, hope you found it helpful. If you did, give it a like, really helps me a lot. Subscribe to stay up to tune for new games coming from Rowan Games, and also new tutorials that are coming from Rowan Games. And I will see you in the next episode of whatever I make. See y'all guys, love you, bye.